All right, folks, DonBest.com. Let's go. Carolina and Washington. Panthers in the nation's capital. Washington's 3.5-point favorites. Total in the game's 47. Well, pretty compelling matchup here. RG3, this year's brand new lightning rod for the NFL against last year's flavor of the month, as it turned out, Cam Newton.
I think you look at this game and you consider the fact these two teams combined in their 15 games so far this year, underdogs 12-3, and it speaks to the volume where Cam Newton performs better as an underdog. They're 2-0 this year as road dogs. That includes covers and near misses against the Falcons and Bears. A much easier task when they go into the nation's capital.
Cam Newton's been taking a lot of heat this last week for being a bad leader and a poor loser. I think he's going to take that to heart this week, and he knows this is kind of a battle against RG3, the new hot thing on the scene here. I think it's a very tough game for both teams. It's going to be a battle. I think it comes down to the last team that scores. So taking the points has value. Washington's defense ranked 28th in the NFL right now in yards per point allowed.
I was just going to throw back at you that maybe he could get well here, kind of like Michael Vick against the Saints. The Skins give up 314 yards passing.
Yeah, no doubt about it. 7.6 yards a pass. So I agree with you. This should be a game that Cam Newton finally comes around.
Yeah, I mean, you look at what Washington has done this year. This team isn't warranted as a favorite when you're giving up over 4 touchdowns every time you take to the field. The defense isn't up to their offensive standards at this point, and I really believe that I agree with Kenny and Brian here. Carolina will control the game, be able to do as they please offensively, and they actually enter with a better defense.
Let's project out RG3. What you've seen, where he is, where does he go in the second half? We saw how Newton tailed off. Will defenses start to come up with a game plan for this guy?
Well, you tell me. Averaged 267 passing yards his first 4 games and 177 the next 4.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's enough film on him at this point. If one defense is prepared, maybe Cam's been running a little scout team to emulate RG3 in preparation for this game.
Finally, fellas, we're sitting at 3.5. Do we see threes?
I think we do see threes. I think you see a wave of money from the professionals. That hook is all too valuable, especially in Redskins game where this team is not built to win by more than a field goal.
Yeah, 18% games fall 3. I think that the professionals beyond the 3.5. They may have driven it up to 3.5 so they could come back and take it when more money's out there. You know, Cam Newton has averaged more yards per pass this year than he did last year, 8.0. Completion percentage is just down a little bit. So, you know, he's not having that bad a year. He's still a good quarterback.
Panthers and the Skins should be an interesting matchup. RG3 and Cam Newton.
Don Best Sports, what you need to win.